Is the earth and the water energy of the body. It's particularly associated with mucus, and mucus in the lungs and mucus in the large intestine. A KAPHA person tends to be slow and steady. Their body features, they tend to have slightly bigger features, like they tend to have bigger lips, bigger skeleton, bigger muscles, bigger body types in general. Can be taller, they're not always tall. A short person can be KAPHA, but tend to put on weight very easily, so they can they can be quite big people also. A KAPHA person tends to be, like I said, slow and steady, so they have very good stamina. They can have a slow heart rate, and slow and steady wins the race with KAPHA. They're very steady people, very sound, very earthy, easy for you to speak with, to confide in. A KAPHA person will never tell a secret. You know, once you share it with them, the secret will go to the grave with them. They'll have it forever. Very good listeners, and never rash, or will never jump to a decision, and will never obsess over anything either. KAPHA people have very strong constitutions, and in general they tend to be healthy, happy people. They often have a very optimistic view on life also. Funnily enough, they can be, in spirituality, they can actually be closest to enlightenment. People are very good storytellers. They love to also go quite deep into a topic. They certainly do not jump from topic to topic also. They love to get very engrossed in any particular topic. Like a sunset, I would really do it for a KAPHA person. This long and slow and beautiful. They can really take in the beauty of the world also. KAPHA people tend to store everything up. They tend to hang on to absolutely everything. You could nearly think of a KAPHA person like a big rock, a big huge stone, and they store it all up, and they really need to let those things go. Back bends, anything that involves back bends is good for a KAPHA person. KAPHA person always likes to relax. They always are happy to relax. They can take life very, very easily. You want to make sure that the KAPHA person doesn't turn into a rock. And remember, it's earth and water. It's important that a KAPHA person moves. They love yin and slow hatha. They love it. But that's not the choice that's good for them. The choice that's good for them is Ashtanga Vinyasa, the faster ones, high intensity training. They will totally not want to do it. But that is the one that they need to get the energies moving for them, to turn that stone into a soft liquid of movement. KAPHA person is very romantic. They're not overly sexual, tend to be very sensual. So their libido isn't particularly high, but they love the small moments. They will always remember anniversaries, birthdays, your first kiss. Like, those little details are very important to a KAPHA person. A KAPHA person has a very hard time moving on. They find it hard to move past things that have hurt them. They really hold on to those kind of things and take it very deep into themselves, which can become chest problems and can become large intestine problems. They can struggle with depression and feeling low, finding it very hard to get motivated and to move. Also, they don't take criticism very well. Now, they're very, very good with money, a KAPHA person, but they don't take criticism well, and that really hurts them. It goes quite deep. So they find it hard to let go of those kind of things, because they do their best. They always do their best. So criticism is tough for them to take. Yeah, a KAPHA person tends to often pick up colds, coughs quite easily. They very often will get that sort of tough old flu once a year, where they get an awful lot of mucus and build up in the lungs. And that's all those emotions that are stuck and are really sticky and need to get out of there. Spices are very good for KAPHA to break up that mucus and to help to release that energy. A KAPHA person hoards. They're very good at making money, but they're very good at keeping the money and not giving and letting it slip away on them. And they're like that with a lot of things. They're very good at collecting things and having it for themselves. And they can be a little bit like that in relationships. You have to watch a KAPHA person doesn't get too possessive either of a person that it's all theirs. Okay, that's a KAPHA that's out of balance. They're like a dragon in a treasure trove. Everything is mine. So KAPHA needs to learn to open their heart a little bit more and to share, because they are very good at collecting things. And I know that there's people that are very bad at it, like Vatas, and they'll want some of yours. No, we can do healthy boundaries and have open hearts, okay? KAPHA tends to have a slow metabolism. Now that may also come in with thyroid as well, but they're very slow to get foods and that through their system, which is why moving is very important. It's most important for KAPHA, like it's important for everybody, but KAPHA has got to move, it has to move. So it's important that there is some kind of a routine in a KAPHA's life that involves movement, and particularly something that makes you sweat. Now, a brilliant thing to do is to jump on a trampoline, actually. That is like so class. But an activity that makes you sweat and creates movement and gets mucus moving and gets thoughts and feelings, because a lot of thoughts can keep going back around and around again. Because KAPHA is very deep, like really deep. Like think about the depth of the ocean or the wisdom of whales. Like they really sit for a very long time with things. So this is why the faster movement is good for that energy. A KAPHA person when in balance tends to be very warm, loving, nurturing, big hugs, the great cuddlers, very warm kind of a person. They also find it very easy to meditate, and they don't even need a lot of spiritual practices actually, because they're so good at relaxing. They can embrace that energy very, very easily. KAPHA person doesn't like to travel much. They're often those people that haven't gone too far away from their home at all. So it takes a little bit of persuading to get a KAPHA person to go. And when they do go, they're going to want to more or less stay in the one place as well. They're not going to want to island hop or jump from place to place. So on a pub crawl, you'll often lose a KAPHA person. They'll still have their elbow on the bar and be there 3 drinks later because they find it really, they'll enjoy something and then they love to be in that space. So you wouldn't get them out of there too easily.